Motor Week is made possible by TireRack.com, RockAuto.com, State Farm, and WeatherTech.
Every time we drive our cars, we sit behind something like we see here, an instrument panel. Well, behind that instrument panel is a lot of stuff. Most notably, the heating and air conditioning system, the HVAC. Now, inside this HVAC system, there are a lot of parts. There are doors that determine where the air goes, and there's a blower motor and all sorts of things. But what we're concerned with today are two little radiators, such as we see here. Now, one of them is a heater core. Hot coolant flows through it, and then we blow air through that, and we get hot air inside the car. The other is the evaporator. The evaporator is part of the air conditioning system. And we put refrigerant through it, and it gets cold. Now, we can see with the light that we have these really fine passages in the heater core and the evaporator. Now, over time, dirt from the air, fumes from exhaust from other cars, and oils from the road, and all kinds of things, as the air passes through, it carries these very fine particles, and over time, these tiny little openings in here get clogged up. When that happens, well, you have a blockage of the air moving through it. And another thing that leads to blockage of these parts is mold and mildew. And that comes from the moisture that drips out of the underside of the car when the air conditioning is working. So if you have an air conditioning that smells like last month's dirty sweat socks, well, okay, you probably need this next service. Now we're going to clean this. We start out using an electric drill. We use a 1/4-inch bit with a limiter. It's nothing more than a piece of tape on it, and we drill at the spot that the instructions tell us to drill, and we don't drill in any more than 1/4 inch because we don't want to damage anything inside. Then what we do is we install one of these brass adapters. Once we have the brass adapter screwed into the plastic, we then connect one of these hoses like this. Now this hose gets connected to a can of FrigiClean. Now, this product is designed so that when we put this in here and we dispense it into the system, what happens is this turns into a foam and it expands, fills the whole inside of this housing and the ductwork and everything with this foam, and it's a very strong cleaner. Now, what that does is it cleans all of the gunk out of the evaporator and does away with the stink and all of that stuff and makes the system work a lot better. Now, once we're done with it, we take the hose off, give it to the customer, put a cap on the system, and we're good to go. Many times it has to be done once a year. And in between, well, we use FrigiFresh to keep the system smelling better. And if you have a question or comment, drop me a line right here at Motor Week.